Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're completely tossing out that standard, boring resort itinerary and treating Sri Lanka as a breathtaking, day-by-day wildlife expedition. We're opening up a naturalist's travel diary to explore all the unique animals and landscapes you're going to encounter each day, and we'll be evaluating the absolute best ways to experience the wild side of this island. Seriously, think about it. What actually happens when you trade in your daily commute for, cloud forests, leopard trails, and the Indian Ocean? Well, let's step out of the daily grind and directly into one of the most biodiverse islands on Earth to find out. Because this right here is the ultimate goal, coming face to face with magnificent native wildlife, like this absolutely stunning Sri Lankan leopard, right in their own territory. Just imagine waking up knowing this incredible, elusive predator shares your exact environment. Okay, Chapter 1, Into the Misty Highlands. Our field diary actually kicks off aboard the legendary Kandy to Yala train. We start with a steady, honestly pretty dramatic ascent. We're talking starting down in Kandy at 488 meters and then climbing up through these misty valleys and endless tea plantations. Eventually, we hit the dense cloud forests of Padipola at almost 1,900 meters, which, fun fact, is actually the highest station in the entire country. To put that into perspective, that is a staggering 1,400-meter climb in elevation. And get this railway was carved straight through the mountains back in the 1860s, completely without the use of modern dynamite. Crazy, right? It literally crawls at a snail's pace, but honestly, with the sweeping views outside, you absolutely wouldn't want it going any faster. Now here's a crucial verdict for your travel diary. While first class gives you that comfortable air conditioning and sealed glass, the real insider move? Booking second class. It gives you fully open windows. It's absolutely perfect for the mountain breeze, and you get completely unobstructed shots for your nature photography. Oh, and if you're heading towards Yala, here is your golden field note. Make sure you secure a window seat on the left side, facing the direction of travel. That puts all the most dramatic valley drop-offs and stunning vistas right below you. Next up, leopards of the northern lakes. Moving down from those high-altitude tracks, our review takes us to the lowland leopard territories of Wilpatu and Yala National Parks. And Yala National Park actually holds a phenomenal global record. It boasts the #1 highest density of leopards anywhere on Earth. Taking a dawn jeep safari through this oceanfront reserve gives you just an unparalleled chance to watch these apex predators in action as they hunt and rest. All right, moving on to cloud forests and thundering falls. We're swapping out the dry bush for lush greenery in Horton Plains, trading in the Jeep for hiking boots. And what's really cool is your accommodation literally becomes part of the expedition. One night, you might be sleeping under wild jungle canvas at Wilpatu with nocturnal wildlife right outside your door. And the very next night, you're soaking in deep canopy views from an eco-chalet perched right on the border of the Sinharaja rainforest. Next chapter, Elephant Plains of the South. We're heading further south, coming out of the dense forests and into these expansive, sun-drenched plains, specifically to observe the island's gentle giants. The perfect day here really unfolds in two parts. First, you've got to witness the rehabilitation feeding of abandoned elephant calves at the transit home. It's incredibly heartwarming. Then, you take all those good feelings straight into a jeep safari, deep into Udalaway National Park. You get to watch massive, fully wild herds roaming right alongside water buffalo and wild boar. Which brings us to rainforest trails to ocean whales. Finally, we're pushing out of the dense tropical undergrowth and hitting the spectacular southern coastline. Arriving at the shores of Marissa, the whole vibe shifts from terrestrial forests to these breathtaking, wide-open ocean expanses. And if you time your trip between November and March, the seasonal whale and dolphin migrations turn these waters into the absolute perfect finale to your expedition. But wait, before you pack your bags, let's quickly open up the Wild Travel Survival Guide, because to really enjoy this daily progression of landscapes as an independent eco-traveler, you need a few practical strategies. First off, when you're navigating towns and temples on foot, you really have to know your wildlife. The island street dogs, usually incredibly chill, totally harmless, but the native macaques, that's a different story. You need to be on high alert. They are brilliant, they're bold, and they will absolutely get aggressive if they smell snacks hidden in your day pack. You also want to watch out for the infamous Arak attack. So Arak is this really potent local spirit made from coconut flower sap. And since incredibly friendly local bartenders are notorious for their, let's say, heavy pours, well, it can hit you way harder than expected after a long day of trekking. Oh, and take this from anyone who has actually survived the wet tropical trails. Always, always pack long socks. If you're walking through dense jungle undergrowth, especially in places like Sinaraja, they are quite literally your best defense against those relentless rainforest leeches. Okay, just to keep your logistics as smooth as possible, follow these quick field notes. Grab a $10, 30 GB eSIM right at the airport so you can stay connected in the bush. Think about opting for private drivers to maintain your energy and flexibility, and absolutely, without a doubt, secure those Candy to Ella train tickets weeks before your flight. So from high-altitude cloud forests and thundering waterfalls to oceanfront leopard trails and whale-watching shores, this island really does pack an entire planet's worth of biodiversity into one single expedition. The only question left is, which part of this wild Sri Lankan terrain will you conquer first?